Hello everyone, my name is Paul Rain. I'm the developer of TeacherTools.Digital. In this video I'm going to show you how to use all of the different 8 assignment types to create some engaging and effective online lessons for your students. So the first thing you have to do is navigate to TeacherTools.Digital and then log in using your Google account or your Microsoft account. I'm going to log in with my Microsoft account. Click on sign in. And there we go, very easy. And we can see that I already have one folder created. Normally I would create a different folder for each class that I have, but for this video I'm just going to use this default folder here. Okay, and the first thing I have to do is to create an assignment, and I do that by clicking on one of the assignment types. After I create an assignment, a link is generated and the students can submit the assignment to the link. So all of the examples I'm going to show in this demonstration are based around the theme of a cashless society. So are we moving toward a cashless society? And I have a video from YouTube I want to use to demonstrate this idea to the students, and I also have a PDF I would like to use, and I also have an image. So I'll be using these 3 kinds of media to create lessons for my students. So the first assignment type I'm going to create is an audio recording, and I click on the audio recording icon and I put in my title, and here I can attach the media. So I'm going to put in my image here, click image, click on upload, select my image, and there we go, it's added to the system. And then I have to create a prompt for speaking, so I'm going to say please describe this image. There we go, and I have a time limit of 1 minute. I'm also going to require a transcript. So the transcript means that the submitter has to type the words that they said in their recording, and this allows us to generate an automatic score, and the score is based on the lexical diversity, the accuracy, and the length of the response. And I can also control the length of the transcript using this slider here. So I want my transcript to be a little bit short, I think only about 50 words. And the language is English, although we also support French, German and Spanish. And a grammar check will be performed on the transcript, so students can get feedback on their spelling and grammar mistakes, if there are any at all. And I can choose to show a score and corrections or only an acknowledgement, and I'd like to show score and corrections. Click on save, and that has now generated a link, and I can use this link to give to the students, and the students can then submit to this link. So I'll show you what the students' submission page looks like. So the students will paste the link into their web browser, and then they will see this page. And they will read the instructions, and so let me demonstrate this quickly. In this image I can see a card reader and somebody is paying for a product with a credit card. I sometimes do this, although other times I tend to use paper cash. And my audio recording has been generated here, and I can check it. In this image I can see a card reader and somebody is paying for a product with a credit card. Okay, that sounds good, and I'm going to now transcribe the speaking. Okay, so I finished typing my transcript and I'm within the word limit, so I'm going to click on submit, input my name. You can also require a student email address if you like, and a student number, but in my case I've only required the name. And there we go, my response has been recorded, and if I go back to the teacher view and I go to the folder, I can see on the right side there is one response of 75. So there are 75 maximum responses for this assignment. If you need to collect more than that, you can duplicate the assignment and you can collect more. But for each individual assignment, there are 75. And I click on View to see the responses. And I can see the response when it was submitted. name of the submitter, and also the score. Remember, the score is based on the transcript. If you choose not to require a transcript for the audio recording, this will be blank because we cannot analyze the audio alone. We need to have a transcript as well. But the teacher can still listen to the audio if they want to give a score based only on the audio. That is possible. And I can listen and preview the audio here. In this image, I can see a card reader and somebody is paying for a product with a credit card. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so that is how to create an audio recording. So I'd like to create a multiple choice quiz. So I click on multiple choice quiz icon. My title is the same. This time I'm going to attach my PDF. So click on PDF, upload, choose PDF. And that was attached to the assignment. And then I'm going to create some questions. So I want to create a question based on this fact here. Cashless societies existed from the time when human society came into existence. And my question is, cashless societies have existed since, and then the answer, human society came into existence. And then I have a couple of distractors. Distractors are the incorrect answers. So I have 2020 and I have the age of the dinosaurs. And I click on save. And the link is generated. And when the students visit this link, they will see a page like this. So they have the PDF, and they have the question, and they can simply check on their answer. Click on submit, input their name, and there we go. And they were correct, and they got 100%. If I go back to Teacher View, on the right side I can see that I have one submission for that. Click on View, and I can see the score and the submitter and the date of submission. If I want to download the scores to my desktop, I can do that by clicking on this button here, Download All Scores. That will generate a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet will be able to allow me to integrate this score into my final grade for that student. Next, I'm going to show you the read aloud assignment type. This allows you to check the student's speaking ability automatically. So the computer will listen to their speech and it will judge whether or not the speech was comprehensible. And click on read aloud. And for this assignment, I have to input some sentences that I want the students to read. So I'm going to use some sentences based on my PDF here. So I have to validate the sentence to make sure that it contains recognizable words. And I can add another one. Simplify a little bit. Okay, click on Save. Well, one thing I forgot to do is I actually want to have the sentences read to the student. So I'm going to actually choose a voice. So there's a selection of voices here. We have US English, British English, Australian English, and we have some other languages, French, Spanish, and German as well. So I'm going to just choose the first voice here.
Hi, my name is Joanna and this is my voice.
Okay, that sounds good. And I'm going to click on Update again. And now copy the link over to my student view. And there we go. Now I can listen to the sentence being read, and then I can try to repeat it myself. So click on the speaker to listen.
Physical banknotes are not used in a cashless society.
And then click on the microphone to repeat. I have to allow access to my microphone. Physical banknotes are not used in a cashless society. There we go. Okay, all of my pronunciation was comprehensible to the computer. So I can show you again, if I do not pronounce one of these words, it will be marked in red. Physical banknotes. There we go. Okay. And the second sentence is also here, but I will, just to save time, I'll skip that one and click on submit. And there we go, the score is given. And over on the teacher's view, we can see the scores here and the student response. Okay, the next assignment type I'd like to show you is called text gap fill. And again, for this one, I'm going to base this on my PDF. I'm going to copy my PDF into this section here. And then I simply click on remove words, and I can choose which words I want to remove. And I want to make this sentences a little bit shorter, so I'm going to put in some line breaks. Okay, the first sentence, second sentence, and the third sentence. Then I can choose a voice again. I can demo, let's choose a different voice this time. I'll go for British English accent.
Good afternoon, my name is Brian and this is my voice.
Okay, that sounds good. Click text to speech on. And click save. Copy my link. See what the student will see when they submit.
A cashless society describes an economics.
Okay, let me skip a couple of questions just to save time. And we can see my responses and correct or incorrect and my score. Okay, next assignment type is called text to test. And this one again, I'm going to use the content of my PDF. I'm going to copy and paste it into here. The language of my PDF is English, so I'll leave it on English. And I want to get my definitions in Japanese. I do have lots of different choices here, but my students' first language is Japanese, so I'm going to choose Japanese here. And click on process. And then I can see that the vocabulary has been automatically scanned and the definitions are provided here. So I'm going to choose some of these words to test my students. I'm going to choose banknotes, barter, the verb form, cashless of course, and maybe in other words, maybe transactions as well. Okay, and the grammar section requires the student to reassemble the sentence. So I'm going to select all three sentences and then click on save. And this is what the students will see. So first they read the text. If I want to do, I can actually add text-to-speech to this as well. So I can choose a voice. Let's go for Emma. Now we'll see that the audio is also added here.
A cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial transactions are not conducted with money in the form of physical banknotes or coins, but rather through the transfer of digital information between the transacting parties. Cashless society.
And if I want to, I can also hide the text. So we can do this as a listening activity. So if I click on hide the text and I have a voice selected, and I update, this could then be a listening activity instead of a reading activity.
A cashless society describes an economic state.
Okay, but I think I want to stick with a reading activity for now, so I'll go back to that one. Okay, and once I have read or listened to the text, I click on the next button, and this one allows me to check the meanings of the words. So in order to check the meaning of the word, I click on it. Okay, and then I click next, and this will open the test page. And I have to select the correct definition for the word. Some of these might be incorrect. And then I have to reassemble the sentences. So I see here, okay, I'll skip a couple just to save time. Click on submit. And there we go. My response is incorrect or correct, and my score. And of course, the score is shown in the teacher view as well. Just down here on the right side, we can see one submission. There we go. Okay, and the next assignment type is video gap fill. For this one, I actually have an economist video on cashless societies. Economist is very good, and they also usually have subtitles. So you need to make sure that the video you are using has subtitles in the language that you want to use. So it could be English, Spanish, German, or French. So I go to my YouTube video that I want to use, and I copy the link. Then I go back to click on video gap fill. Pop in the URL here. And then I can choose which lines to show and also which words to remove. There we go. And click on save. The link has been generated. And this is what the student will see.
Somewhere in the near future, physical money will become like these.
And I can repeat a line by clicking on the icon again.
Somewhere in the near future, physical money. Somewhere in the near future, physical money.
Click submit. And there we go, my answers and my score. And the next activity, I'm going to do a video recording. So this is very similar to the audio recording, except from the fact that it obviously records a video. So you can see the student's face, you can check gestures and facial expressions and eye contact, and you can also verify that the student is who they say they are. That's quite useful. And I'm going to base this one on my PDF. And it's already available here. I already added it before. And I think I'm just going to ask students to read the PDF. And I'm not going to require a transcript on this one. And save. And this is what it will look like for the student. Okay, read the PDF. Okay, click start. A cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial transactions are not conducted with money in the form of physical banknotes or coins, but rather through the transfer of digital information between the transacting parties. A cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial transactions are not conducted with money. Okay, looks good. I'm going to click on submit. Put in my name. The video takes a couple of seconds to convert. Okay, we can see it's ready now, and I can view it and listen to my speaking. A cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial... Sounds good. And you can see that this one I do not have a score because I did not require the student to submit a transcript. In this case, I'm just going to score the video myself. So if I go back to my teacher view and go down to video recording and go down to submissions, I can, this time I want to download the data. So this will download all of the video files that students have submitted. Click on download data. And we can see on my desktop now, I have a zip file. Inside the zip file is the video. And then I can watch the video at my own leisure and I can grade the students. Transactions are not conducted according to my rubric. And the final assignment type I'd like to show you is written report. Oops. And this one I think I'm going to use my my image just to allow students to kind of activate their schemata. That means that their brain is going to start producing relevant words and phrases for them to use in the writing. Question. And I can specify a word count, and I'm going to reduce this. Remember that the score for the video, audio and writing is based on lexical diversity and accuracy and length. So this maximum word count is very important because this is how the score is actually calculated. I'm going to enable copy and paste. If I want, I can disable that, which will help to cut down on plagiarism and the use of machine translation, etc. Grammar check is on, essay language is in English. Click on save. And this is what the students will see. Okay, students can click on start. Okay, and I finished typing, and now I'm going to submit my response. And there we go. Again, I have a score here, and I have the student's transcript. And this, of course, has gone into the teacher's view. And I can download the data, which in this case is the text. And of course I can download the scores. Thank you for watching. That was a very brief introduction to the 8 activity types on TeacherTools.Digital. Please try it out today, and I hope you can create some engaging and effective lessons for your students in the fall semester. Thank you.